Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Claudia. I'm here back with another video today and another story to tell. So everybody has been asking me this question of how I got into modeling. How did you get started? Lots of people have been asking me this question. I'm here to share my story and maybe try to help and give tips and advice. So I started modeling when I was about 20 years old. I have been doing freelance modeling for the last 5 years. I've enjoyed it. It's given me a lot of opportunities. I'm not a part of an agency or anything like that. I just freelance model on my own. Before I started freelancing modeling, I had wanted to do modeling. I really did. My parents had looked into an agency, and everything was just too expensive. We couldn't afford it. We couldn't do it. So after that, we just gave up, and I just continued on my normal life as just a regular person who worked jobs starting out at 7 something an hour. I met a girl at my job who used to model. Her and me had a conversation about it, and I reached out to one of her photographers I found on her Facebook. Him and me had a conversation. We organized a shoot, and then from there on, I did a few freelance shoots here and there, got recognized by a few people because I was new, and then eventually I was forced to move to Iowa. I lived there for about 3 months, moved back, found out about this bikini girl competition in the area. So I had decided to apply for it, and I did. There was about 6 rounds of it because they needed 12 girls for each month. So they had 6 competitions and 12 girls. Well, I had to do it over and over. I spent a load of money on it. It was free to sign up. I had to get bikini, themed wear, biker wear, spent a lot of money on it. And I did this calendar girl bikini competition. It was a bike company, and they sell calendars that have girls in bikinis on them. They're either on motorcycles or jet skis or any other bike product that's related to it that they sell to kind of, bring in business. So it's like hot girls on a bike, come and buy our product. I had one Miss December 2020 back in 2019, and it took me 6 times to compete to finally win. And December is my birthday month, so I feel like they were just saving me for last. But the day that I won, I was so happy. I got to go to their events. I would work the events they would need me at. I would make money for them. And that's when my modeling career started launching for me. I have done 2 runway shows, one that was more volunteer, one that was a little bit more serious, didn't know what I was doing. I've been published a couple of times. I have been brand ambassadors for some people. I'm still trying to do more brand ambassading work. I've been published a couple of times, nothing majorly big, just some cool online magazines that photographers or models can submit work to. And that's really about it. I've also done photography too, but I kind of stepped away from that to focus more on modeling. But it's something I do want to eventually do again when I have the time. But for right now, I'm just mainly focused on modeling, and hopefully maybe one day I can open up my future back into photography again. I have worked on building a portfolio over the years, doing different types of photo shoots. I've done pretty much everything in the book. I don't really have limitations. I do everything. I've done a photography convention. I have a few things coming up this year. I'm walking in my first major fashion show. My bikini calendar girl event is coming back again. I've hosted a couple group shoots. But now to the question that everybody asks, how do you get into modeling? How do you become a freelance? Now, I cannot answer the agency question because I have tattoos, and I have tried to get into an agency myself, and it did not work. So, and most of the agencies in my area are not the best. But to the question is, how can you get into modeling as a freelance? my best advice is look for a photographer who takes really good photos. You might have to pay. Or there's a thing called TFP, called Trade for Print. Basically, it's a free photo shoot at the end of the day. The photographer gets to use the photos that they took of you in their portfolio, and you get to use them in your portfolio. Find a photographer. You know, if you have to pay to work on getting some headshots and some other things. There are really good ways to network is Facebook. Look up local Facebook groups in your area. Just in your city, see who you can find, say, hey, I'm looking to get started into modeling. You know, you can start out freelancing, working on your way. Now you're going to be working with amateurs at first, you might be, and then eventually you can work your way up to working with the more professional people. I started out working with professional, I've worked with amateur, I've worked with everyone. One of my goals one day is to become a travel model where I can travel and eventually I can get out of my job, not living off minimum wage, which I have to be able to support myself. I do not get paid for this stuff. I have had a few paid photo shoots, but most of my photo shoots have been TFP. And I'm not ashamed of it. You know, if I'm willing to work with someone and they're going to deliver me good quality work, I will work with them. I do charge for some of my shoots. Depends. But there's a back and forth that kind of goes, oh, the model should be charging, or the photographer should charging, or the model should be paying the photographer. Like, I'm not going to get into that. I'm strictly focusing this on my story and how you can get into modeling. But my best tips is to look for local photographers who will deliver you good quality work on getting some headshots. Now, if you're starting out at 18, it's going to be a lot easier. If you're under 18 and you're trying to become a freelance model, it's going to be a little bit difficult depending on what photographers you do work with, because they may have you sign a parent form or you have to bring a parent. Now, if you're new to modeling, it is perfectly okay to bring a friend with you to a shoot so that way you feel safe. Don't just randomly book with somebody. Make sure they have work. Make sure they have a portfolio or a website or a way you can contact them. If they don't have a portfolio, then I would not work with that person. Another good way to see if they have work is if they have an Instagram, a Facebook, or a website. Look into that so that they are showing you that they have work, because you don't want to work with somebody who has absolutely no work. When you are also going to photo shoots, it is completely okay, like I said, to bring a friend, stay safe. Safety is important. Don't show up to a random photo shoot and you don't know who this person is. Group shoots are always a good way. You can always go to group shoots. Some group shoots may charge and some may be TFP, just depending on what the group shoot is. But honestly, I've really enjoyed modeling. It has opened up a new thing for me. Honestly, it's given me the opportunity to meet people. It's given me the opportunity to network and make friends. And honestly, it's made me a lot happier as a person. It helped me get more comfortable in my own skin doing boudoir. Because I did not want to do boudoir. I had no interest in it. And ever since I've done boudoir, I love doing boudoir. It makes me feel amazing when I do boudoir. But like I said, I do all sorts of modeling. I don't have any restrictions. I love modeling. It's helped me become the person I am today, a better person. And every time I do it, I am always so happy to be on a photo shoot. And I'm always, let's go, pose, take, pose. I am always excited to do photo shoots. I am hoping to look forward to having more opportunities in the future. Eventually, maybe getting out of my minimum wage job. But for right now, I'm doing what I can to support myself. And then when I make the time to model, I will model. But I have a lot of events coming up as it is now, so I've had to take off a lot of work just to attend these events. So I'm doing what I can to make it work and also live a regular life as well. Alright, well, I'm really hoping this video might have helped you out in some way. I gave the best advice that I could. I will drop my links in the description below. If you start modeling, I wish you the best of good luck and what you can do. I'm hoping to get further on with my career someday and seeing what I can turn this into. And I'm hoping to go full-time with this at some point versus being part-time and working a regular job. But you know what? I'm doing what I can do to make ends meet. And also, be happy at the same time, and do the stuff that I love to do. I appreciate you guys taking the time and watching this video. Click the subscribe button. All my links will be posted in the description, and you all have a lovely day. Thanks. Bye.